It's no longer about submission. It's about having partnership.
Okay.
And you said it yourself, as an Igbo man, you have an issue with people referring to your husbands as partner.
No, that's not what I said.
My partner.
That's not what I said.
You said.
You see when I said that you set me up, right? Let me tell you what I mean. Marriage is supposed to be between a man and a woman. Now, when marriage went beyond being between a man and a woman, saying husband and wife started feeling awkward. But partner has no gender to it. It is the gender fluidity in that.
That's when a man marries a man.
That I have a problem with. Now, I do not have a problem with whatever beliefs anybody has, whether you want to be a man or you want to be a woman, you want to marry a man. I feel like it takes the attention away from...
I'm sorry, I disagree.
Now, let me tell you something. If you are living with someone and you're not married, you can't call that person your wife. You can't call that person your husband.
Okay.
You'd rather call that person my partner.
Okay.
Now, if you are living with a man, two men living together, it's awkward to say my husband. They do say that. But it's better when you say my partner.
Okay.
So now that takes the attention away from marriage itself.
Welcome to Besty and Smoke podcast.
Talking the BS.
It's another time out on the show, and do not forget that you can follow us anywhere and everywhere on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, X, all over social media, and that's at BS Podcast NG. YouTube as well. That's a subscribe to our channel there. Like and comment when we drop something. That's Besty and Smoke podcast. You already know the drill. I am not alone. Here I've got my co-host, the B in the BS.
Yeah, of course, you're welcome to the Besty and Smoke podcast, and hopefully you are doing great. Certainly we are here to hang again. Please don't forget to subscribe, as Smoke said, and invite people to also subscribe, because the more the merrier. We're trying to build a family here, so please help out with that. Now, today is going to be a very good day, hopefully, because the last time we left it on a very heated note. It was heavy. It was choking. It was all over the place. But the emotions, it got the best of us, and the argument, it got real. So we're here to kind of squash it and find a balance. So how have you been from the last episode to now?
I'm always being on top of my world these days, just basically killing it. What's that song? I love the way I'm feeling now.
That's I like the way I'm feeling now.
Yeah.
Get something when it thrusts me, but right now I'm chilling now.
That's
Buju Benson and Foul and
Buju and
what was his name? The rapper. Oh, I love him.
Ladipo.
Yes, Ladipo. Yes. So yeah.
So love the way I feel now. And nothing in my way.
Something where they stress me, but right now I'm chilling. Yeah. Yes, that's
there was something stressing me before, but it's no longer there. So we just as good as brand new. So how have you been?
Well, I wouldn't say there is something stressing me, but come on, we're humans, so there's always something we're kind of working hard for, or something we're trying to sort out. But let's just say we're always racing, because it's the human race.
It's a rat race, actually.
But it ain't no competition here, though. Just, you stay on your lane, you're doing your thing.
There's always competition.
Well, for me right now, there ain't.
The last time we're about to bring down the roof. I think we should move away from being the Besty and Smoke podcast to bring down the roof podcast.
Well, that last one, I didn't even know how it got where, it stopped, but it was crazy. I think we let our emotions get the best of us. We just went head on, which is almost like, us and our conversations, because, you have your stand, I have my stand. But the thing I like about us is we have this separate, we might have different views on life or things, but we still find a common ground.
But we were not able to do that.
We went
on the last podcast.
So that's why we're here to continue where we stopped, but hopefully wrap it up on a better note than we did the last time.
We intend to not leave you hanging from a cliff.
Because we did that the last time.
Yeah, so we intend to finish this. So we're talking about submission. So I don't think it will be in order to be like, so what are we talking about today?
Nah. Yeah. But with that being said, yes, we are continuing where we stopped or where we left off. And yes, it's submission, it's patriarchy, it's feminism.
We intend to bring all of this into the mix.
And
The last time we're actually talking about submission in the family, whether it is an old-fashioned thing,
outdated.
outdated in the marriage cycle. But I think naturally, whenever you are talking about submission, you wheel straight to talking about patriarchy and
Feminism.
also feminism. So we decided to, okay,
You remember that we didn't actually have an issue with submission on its own. The issue came when we started talking about patriarchy and feminism.
the thing about patriarchy and how the whole world offloads on patriarchy, as though men had this meeting and they said, okay, this is what we are going to do to women. The thing about that is the way the world evolved. It could have been women. It could have been matriarchy, for instance.
Mm.
Okay. And now that does not excuse the evil of patriarchy. That does not excuse the trauma that has caused. But when we blame that for every single thing in society, that's where I begin
I'd
to
like
have
to
a problem.
differ here and there because yes, men never had meeting from the initial point of patriarchy to impose patriarchy or to make patriarchy a thing. But along the line, when women were sitting up, men now decided to make it a compulsory thing. It was now something that was shoved down the throat of women. It was now something that society, men in general, had to. Some men, I wouldn't say, because as much as we talk about patriarchy and men being in power, there were men who that was not what they thought of doing. There were men who ruled, while there were men who actually submitted to men who ruled. Now, along the line, men now decided to make it a thing.
Men decided.
Men had meeting where they had to exclude women. They had to make it okay. A woman should not do this. A woman should not do that. So yes, as we discussed the last time, it was more of something that started because men were the ones who were strong enough to lead the pack. But along the line, they saw the benefit of, leading the pack, and they actually didn't want to be questioned.
This is always where I begin to have a problem.
Oh my goodness. Can we not have a
No,
it's
we're
too
about to
early.
have that
It's too
right now.
early.
It's on already. This is where I always have a problem when women feel like men decided.
Ah.
Now that's where I have a problem because men sacrifice for society. Men died. Men died by the millions for this. Wait. I acknowledge the trauma that women feel because of the oppression that they suffered in society. Okay? But when you make it like men were intentional, look, absolute power corrupts absolutely, and it happens with everyone.
I'm sorry
okay,
that,
and it's only human nature. Now that is no excuse.
This is actually the whole argument of when a man goes out, a man works his, forgive my language, works his ass off to provide for the family, to provide financially, which happens.
Yeah.
Now, what happens to what the women actually brought to the table?
Nobody ever questions what women bring. Personally, for instance, every opinion I share here is a personal opinion.
Yes, what
right?
men do.
It does not represent patriarchy.
It's not in question.
Yeah.
It's not in question. It's actually like it's recognized. But now the thing that is, that power you guys wield, or that power that men wield, women want a share of it.
No, women do not want a share of it. Women want all of it. And this is where we're having a problem.
Like, wait, when someone wants you to give half of what you have,
I've always
and you're
considered
not willing
myself.
to do that, the person becomes antagonized and wants all of it.
I had always considered myself to be a feminist. When I was on the radio, I actually called myself a feminist.
You are a feminist.
I am not.
You are a feminist.
Bloody feminist.
I'm sorry to say this, but you are, because
I'm not.
Feminism is all about wanting equal right for a woman.
No, you cannot tell me what I am.
No, that's actually the definition, the standard definition of what feminism is.
Let me tell you something.
You want to say you practice that.
Can I tell you something? Okay. When Nigerians come out and they tell you that the Constitution, they talk about the Constitution, that we the people, and they tell that there is no time that we the people happened. That is a piece of, I was about to use a really bad word, but let me not go there. That it's on paper.
Okay.
So we never agreed
on that.
Yeah. So now you have feminism as being synonymous with equality. That's on paper. Okay. The theory of the thing is that feminism, which was what I bought, that feminism was about equality of all human beings. And I drove with this. I preached this. I talked it to death, right? Until I realized that feminism is just a smoke screen for misandry, hatred of men.
Oh, there we go again.
80% of women who preach feminism, they want to bring men down. Now, it's not about supremacy itself. It's when you hate the supremacy that disfavors you, but you want a supremacy that favors you. That's where I have a huge problem.
You can't tell me what I practice, okay? Because you said I should not tell you what you practice, but I do believe you're someone who believes in equality.
I'm not telling you what you practice. I'm telling you the reality of the concept.
The reality of the concept, yes, might be what you define it to be. But you said 80%. Actually, I beg to differ.
What percentage of Nigerian women who are feminists do you think are toxic and misandrists?
See, if
who
a
want
woman,
to,
because
especially on social media,
men, and you want to deal with the male gender, and you take it upon yourself and you're maxing it as, okay, I'm a feminist, I believe in equal right, don't treat a woman like this. Of course, once you meet a woman like that, once you're conversing with a woman like that, and you of all people, that kind of conversation when it comes out on social media, on Twitter to be particular, you see people like this when you see how they react to things. And you also see someone, now I am here.
I didn't say you are not.
That's what I practice.
The majority that are toxic, that hate men, that want to enthrone the supremacy of matriarchy, that majority is loud. And the narrative that they push on social media seeps into the cracks of the other liberal minority. The minority that believes in equality. They parrot also some of the things that these people talk about. And that's where I have a problem. The men had the meet. The men held the meeting. And they said, we are going to suppress women.
I said this initially. Men did not have a meeting.
You said that men decided that they are not going to let go.
Due to the benefit they have gotten from patriarchy. And it's like once you tested power, you fight to keep it. So that was what, along the line, that was what, the way you said feminism, what it truly means, and now the way it's practiced. That's why I'm telling you that initially patriarchy wasn't a thing men actually took upon themselves. But along the line, they now decided because of the benefits of it.
Decided is where I have a problem. I go along with you up until the point where you say decide.
When you talk about when women were not allowed to vote.
Yeah.
Who did that?
At the beginning, not everybody was allowed to vote. Voting was something that only the nobility did.
Yeah.
The idea was that they had enough information
to vote,
to make that decision.
Men who were noble, not women.
And right at the time, it was usually men who were educated. Women were usually housewives.
Please continue.
It is an evolution. It is look. What I want you to understand is that it was an evolution.
Then
things kept evolving. Look, remember, I said that intelligence.
When women were now sitting up.
Yeah.
When it wasn't just more about the physical strength. When women were actually bringing value to the table.
Yeah.
What happened to
look at Kamala Harris in America running The other time it was Hillary Clinton that
Yeah.
ran, right?
Yes.
Has anybody said anything, at least not in my hearing, that she is a woman and she's not capable of ruling?
Sorry, hold on. I thought we're leaving Westerners to their like.
Oh, okay,
See,
okay, okay,
hold
okay,
on,
fine,
hold
fine.
on,
I'm
hold
happy
on,
with that.
hold on,
I'm
wait,
happy
wait,
with that.
because-
I'm
no,
happy with that.
no, I need
Let's move away from Western.
I need to say something while you're bringing this now. Because when you talk about submission, you talk about patriarchy,
Yeah.
you talk about feminism. Western
Culture. Yeah.
they are far ahead.
Okay, fine.
They are far
Let's
ahead.
leave the Western
And when
world.
in a relationship or in a marriage, it's no longer about submission. It's about having partnership.
Okay.
And you said it yourself, as an Igbo man, you have an issue with people referring to your husbands or referring to as partner,
No, that's not what I
my
said.
partner.
That's not what I said.
You said it. You said you don't.
Look
you
at what
don't
I
like
said.
when
Look
they
at
say
what
my partner.
you see when I
Because
say you see when I
it's
said that you set me up.
How do-
Right? Now let me tell you what I mean. Marriage is supposed to be between a man and a woman. Now, when marriage went beyond being between a man and a woman, saying husband and wife started feeling awkward. But partner has no gender to it. It is the gender fluidity.
that brought the partner.
No, that the gender fluidity in that
That's when a
The
man
term-
marries a man.
that I have a problem with. Now, I do not have a problem with whatever beliefs anybody has, whether you want to be a man or you want to be a woman, you want to marry a man or you want. This is my personal. I feel like it takes the focus, the attention away from
I'm sorry, I disagree.
what?
I disagree.
You disagree with what?
I disagree that the partner,
Yeah.
okay, came in play when
Now, let me tell you something. When people
Okay.
started saying my partner, right? That was when the focus left marriage. Now, if you are living with someone and you're not married, you can't call that person your wife. You
Okay.
can't call that person your husband.
Okay.
You'd rather call that person my partner.
okay.
Now, if you are living with a man, two men living together,
They
it's
can-
awkward to say my husband. They do say that,
Mhm.
but it's better when you say my partner.
Okay.
So now that takes the attention away from marriage itself. So that's the only issue I have with the word. I do not believe that marriage is not a partnership, but you wanted it to seem like that's what I believe.
No.
But that's what you did.
No, that's not. That's actually what you believe.
I do not believe that marriage is a
Because you
partnership.
said that partnership, when people say their partner, is that they couldn't afford to, especially women, they couldn't afford to call their husband my husband. So they want to make it on an equal ground where they say my partner.
When did I say that?
Sorry. I guess this was another conversation I was trying to.
Me have a conversation like that with you?
Yes. Yes. That conversation was heard. We had that conversation.
So what you're trying to say now is that I do not believe that marriage is a partnership.
Well, of course, you might believe that marriage is a
I
partnership.
might believe.
You do believe that marriage is a partnership, but to some extent, you do have an issue with referring to your husband as a partner.
You're unbelievable.
Okay. How does it feel
How does it feel?
to actually, like, me trying to...
Are you trying to find a way to wriggle out of the position you placed me in? You want to make it like it was a joke?
Oh, it wasn't a joke. It wasn't a joke, actually, because we've been arguing about feminism. We've been arguing about stuff.
And you probably think this is not going to enter into the podcast. That's why it's okay to be saying this. It's going to be there.
Okay.
Apparently, I am a guy who, my wife thinks that I am a feminist
How?
who believes in equality
I thought this wasn't a...
and who also doesn't believe that marriage is a partnership. I'm a man of several opposites.
Okay.
A confused human being.
It's good for you to actually bring it that way, because I don't want to say what I think right now. Can we just go straight to the submission in marriage? Because the patriarchy, the feminism, it's beginning to seem like there's never going to be an understanding there for us.
We don't have to understand.
Yeah.
We don't have to have an understanding.
I do actually understand where you're
But one
coming
understanding that I do have
from.
is that you believe that I do not think that marriage is a partnership.
I just remembered where we had this conversation, so I'm going to let it be. Yeah, exactly what you said.
What?
Exactly what you said.
Exactly what I said.
Yeah, right now. Yeah,
That I have a problem
that
with.
it takes away from the relationship, from the marriage itself to now.
So are you going to apologize to me?
I'm sorry, I'm,
You will not, right?
I won't, because I'm trying not to escalate, because I remember now vividly
Yeah.
where you said this and why you said it and when you said it.
Okay.
But I'm choosing not to put it out there. I'm choosing to just let it be.
Please do put it out there.
I cannot because I think that's going, when they say sorry to say
I'm going
this,
low.
Yes.
Yeah. So you're going
go-
high.
I'm not even going high. I'm just going to just stand there. Just
You know
am
what
I
you're doing? You're making yourself the good guy.
Oh, the good guy.
This is a great twist.
I can't help it.
I'm such a sop.
Oh God.
I don't learn.
Why are you now? You're making it about you. This has nothing to do with you, my darling. It has absolutely.
Who's your darling?
This is Besty and Smoke Podcast.
Talking the BS.
Remember my point. My point of departure from consensus. I believe that patriarchy is evil. I believe that women were traumatized by it. But what I do not believe is that men decided.
Okay. Well, I think, and I believe that, when you want to fight, sometimes you want to fight an evil, you end up becoming the evil you're fighting. So I think that's the case of feminism, the practice of feminism right now. I think that's in Nigeria. I'll speak for my country. Hate has nothing to do with equality. If you have hatred for all men, that's you have an issue, baby. So with that being said, I think in terms of submission, where I come from, submission is something that is essential to marriage. There cannot be two captains on a boat. There has to be one person giving in to the authority of the other. As much as that's the case, you find yourself fortunate to be with someone who, yes, they believe in that, but you still have your own say. You still have your consulted, you're giving space to make a decision. As they carry you along, you carry them along. But right now, it's not that it's outdated. It's more like it's no longer a mandate. It's no longer a compulsory part of marriage or something that should be adopted for a marriage to work out. So I say it's more of a choice. I think it's all about couples' dynamics. And another thing is, if you find there are some situations or there are people who are fortunate to actually have partners, husbands, wives, who make doing this easy for them, who naturally take the lead. And trust me, you will now follow peacefully because it's even a lot to be the leader. It's not an easy task. So when you are with someone who makes it easy, why not just give in? It brings tranquility to your soul and it leaves the burden of having to fight for whatever that should not be fought for. That's my own opinion on this. If you like, take it as you say it. But yeah, I do submit.
All right. I think I have to take a couple steps backwards. We're not wrapping this up by any stretch of the imagination that quickly.
Why?
Now, feminists in Nigeria, in Africa, I used to be a feminist too. I used to bang my head for equality, and which I still do believe in. I believe that men and women were created equal. I believe that a man is no more intelligent than a woman. I believe that men do not have more abilities than women. I believe that what a man can do, a woman can do within the bounds of reason and biological abilities. Now, about the whole agitation and the whole hatred of men. I mean, I have nothing against how anybody feels. I'm not going to try and teach or preach to anybody to change how you feel. But I'll say one thing though. Like I said to one feminist on Twitter, on X, when she was prattling on about how men want women to submit to them. Now, men do not want women to submit. I do not want any woman to submit to me. I do not want you to submit to me at work. You can only submit to me at work if I am your supervisor. And I've submitted to women who were my supervisors, who were my superiors. So I believe that power requires submission. Whoever wields it, man or woman. Now, like I told that lady, go to your village and raise an agitation about the payment of dowry. Raise an agitation for it to be stopped. Don't be a social media warrior. I just speak for the likes, the reposts. If you really believe that patriarchy is evil, and you really want for us to westernize our way of life here in Africa and Nigeria, in Igbo land, please do be like Western women. When you go out on a date, for instance, with a man, go Dutch. Split the bill with the guy because you're an independent woman. Okay? Tell your father when you're about to get married that I don't want anybody taking any dowry on my head. I want to go Dutch. I want to be that free agent in my marriage. Because believe it or not, if a man has to pay all of that to marry you and bring you into his home where you believe that he's going to keep taking care of you and doing things, patriarchy is so evil, but you reap the benefit thereof. You believe that the man should take care of you in your relationship, the direct product of patriarchy. You beg the man for money. Your boyfriend will have to pay you through the nose, buy you things. Patriarchy is evil. When you go out on a date, the man will have to pay for everything. Patriarchy is evil. And when you're about to get married, you'll be there when they bring this long list of millions in the value of things that will be provided for your marriage, for your traditional wedding, and you keep quiet. Patriarchy is evil. You do not find your voice. And then after you've gotten married, and then you come into that home, all of a sudden you remember that patriarchy should be fought, and it should be fought against your husband. I mean, whatever is worth doing is worth doing well. So start where you are right now. If you're unmarried, if you're an 18-year-old listening to this, start talking to your uncles. Start talking to your granduncles, your grandfathers, your dad, that nobody will take. And don't just limit it to your family. Start preaching it in your village. Start talking to young girls like yourself. And if you're a married woman and you feel like there's nothing I can do now, there's something you can do now. Gather young women, raise an advocacy, start talking about it. Start an NGO. No to patriarchy, not to fight men, but to liberate women. And let's stop all the benefits of patriarchy. Oh, men held on to power. They don't want to release it. But you want to be protected by a man. You want all those things that benefit you as a woman that are the product of patriarchy. You want to keep all of them. Ironical.
While you were talking, you talked about fathers and husbands. You know, those two persons, they don't play the same role in a woman's life.
Who and who?
Husband and father.
Obviously.
Obviously. Okay, I just wanted to clarify because I don't see a girl who is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, yes, who's still a young person who is being taken care of by the father.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
yeah.
Responsible for the decisions made for her. Hold on, I'm getting somewhere.
But an 18-year-old boy should be responsible.
Hold on. Made for her by God. I'm sorry, can I say something, please?
Am I stopping you?
No, just your reaction is not really, it's not good. So even as an 18-year-old boy, the same.
A girl of 18 goes out with a boy of 18. Both of them are dependents, and she expects him to buy things for her.
That's the thing.
Where does the money come from? Patriarchy literally sponsoring the lifestyles of women.
You leave your home. You say women, like they're not women who are actually in charge.
That's not the conversation right here.
When I said
the spirit of the thing, if you really hated patriarchy, let it start in your life. Don't fight it when you choose, when it's convenient.
It's like you're actually telling people, go and fight your fathers for being your fathers.
Oh, so you want to fight your husband but not your father?
Wait, I don't want to fight anyone. I don't want to fight anyone. I can't see what my dad did for me as a young girl. I couldn't do it for myself. He did it for me. But now as a grown-up woman, I can do those things for myself. And I can even do it for myself and do it for our marriage and do it for our family. So please, why not give me an atom of respect?
How does telling you tell your father that dowry is wrong?
And I told
how is that not respecting you?
And I told you earlier,
please.
You said go and fight your Omona. That's what you said.
Yeah.
Go and fight your village people. And I'm telling you, I am not someone that's going to fight.
And most women are just like you.
And I will tell that.
They will say they don't want to fight, but they'll keep fighting the men in their lives. They keep egging other women on to fight.
They're like me.
Fight.
They're like me, you say.
Yeah.
Can I take this personal? Am I fighting you? I am not fighting you.
You literally fighting
I
you.
am not fighting. You're mistaking these two things. I'm sorry you are.
Okay.
We are having an argument. And you know that this is not how, if we are not having a conversation, an argument, this is not how I will respond to you maybe asserting yourself or saying this is how things should be done. You know that's not how we behave. Because I know in this case, my role as a wife, you never stop playing it. But please let me know when we are done doing the podcast and we're no longer having an argument or airing our views or our opinions. Please let me know. Let me kukuma compose myself because I don't want anybody to send me packing.
Look at her. Imagine. You see how she does this? You see how she does these things? So she sneaks them in so nicely, like under the carpet. And you can see it flipping.
We were talking about, I thought this is just a normal argument.
Man.
I thought we're just conversing. All of a sudden you took it personal.
You are so fantastic. I said that other women are just like you.
Okay, how are they like?
They have this reluctance to fight the system. But they will come outside and speak against the system within their marriages. That's what I'm saying.
Do you think I'm in support of the long list?
Why not fight it?
Who
will make it stop? Who will make it stop? Who will make the long list stop?
Do you think I've never spoken up about the long list?
You're waiting for men to do it.
Do you want us to really go personal with this? You're poking me to go personal with
Go personal.
I don't want to.
Go personal. We'll just scatter this place now.
I have too much self-respect to go. I have too much.
We'll just scatter this place now.
Scatter waiting.
The ground
will be scattered. Like there was no Chineke now. You see, this is how somebody will just be bringing out somebody's daughter outside to shame her. Okay.
What negotiation were you going to talk about?
I'm not going to talk about anything. I'm just going to keep my peace day by day because this is going to like poke me in my kidney. But let's just say this now. No matter whatever our own monna they are doing, our daughters will not collect bride price for them.
But it was collected for you.
Oh, my daughters!
Let me tell you something.
There will not be any bride price collected from your head, no matter what your
Look, let me say it now. Let me say it now.
No.
If you're my daughter and you're listening to this,
you're watching this in the future.
Yeah, you're watching this in the future. This is me, your dad, and I'm saying that no fool is going to collect a dime on your head.
Oh!
But it's not because of your mother. You're not going to fight. You're not going to fight the fight in your daughter's life. You should fight the fight in your own life.
Wait, wait, in my own life?
Yeah. Go out there now. Raise an advocacy.
You know me.
I know you.
You know me like you know me well.
How?
Like you know, that's see finish. You don't see me finish. That's see finish. You don't see me finish now. Because if you have not seen me finish, I can say something and be like, I make sense with it. But now see finish.
Yeah,
so
I have insider knowledge.
Okay, because you don't see me finish, because you don't say I'm a taking woman. I cannot say now, okay, I'll go and fight it.
You cannot. But you can actually. No. What I'm saying is, don't wait to fight the fight in your daughter's life. Start fighting the fight right now. Go to your village. You have a sister. You have a sister who's unmarried, right?
I have sisters.
You have two sisters who are unmarried.
And I have two
Start
sisters
doing
who are
that
married.
now.
And you know the funny thing is, when you try to, when in a case where you try to,
don't try to wriggle out of this.
No, I'm not trying to wriggle out of anything because I know what my mom did. God rest her soul. During my traditional, I know what she did. I know the role she played. She did not let me be taken advantage of. And the funny thing is, I wasn't even allowed to come in.
You know, yeah.
During the hold on.
When you ladies talk about being allowed, power is not given; it's taken.
It's taken. Yes. Oh, and that's what women are actually trying to do: take the power because it cannot be given. But
now extend that. Don't do that with young men who are about to marry you or who are married to you. Do it with the system, the establishment. Okay, go to your village, gather all the young ladies, and tell them that having bride price paid on you is wrong. That when you have a boyfriend, asking him for money is wrong. That asking men to do things for you is wrong. Be independent.
Are there not women preaching it now?
Where?
Hold on.
Where?
Hold on.
Where? It's a question. Don't ask me to hold on.
Where do you live? So you've never stumbled upon or
I've never stumbled upon nada.
I give up.
When 99%.
Funny
when
thing
99% is doing one thing and 1% is doing another thing.
With a woman.
Okay. You're fighting the fight, though, right?
You are actually with a woman. Yes.
Where? Where are you fighting the fight to liberate women from patriarchy?
No. Oh, go to and preach to other girls.
Yeah.
I was
Raise an
thinking,
advocacy. Start an NGO.
Okay, NGO for women to. Oh,
yeah.
Oh,
and
I hear you.
and gather women, young women together
to tell
and teach them.
Oh,
An orientation program.
Okay.
Go to radio stations. Okay. Make it your life work. That is what I'm saying. And liberate the minds of.
I don't want to play into this, but I want to effing say, where is there an NGO teaching men?
If you have to fight the system, this is the system that's already rotten, right?
Men.
So you have to fight it.
Sorry,
to correct a wrong. You have to do something.
When I said we were with someone, who does that, I meant in my own personal life. Am I a dead weight?
No, you're not.
No, say it. Look at the camera and say it. Dude, like seriously. I pride myself like
no. During time together, I never took her shopping. I never bought anything for her. She never asked. She never billed me. Okay? And in the marriage, she pulls her weight. Okay, sometimes even greater than I do. All right? So
don't go there. Don't go going there. That one is no boss's business.
You're not trying to be the good guy. Imagine. Can you imagine? Can you imagine this lady?
Listen to me.
Yeah, okay. All those moves. Yeah.
No. Listen.
Yeah.
One thing has nothing to do with the other.
When I was saying fight the fight, okay, I took it for granted that everybody understands what I'm talking about. I'm not saying that you ask for these things. I'm not saying that you enjoyed any benefits of patriarchy from me. Right? And that's because I do not subscribe. I'm not a believer in people enjoying benefits of patriarchy because I don't enjoy, at least to the best of my ability to avoid and be fair to everyone. I do not enjoy benefits of patriarchy. The ones that I can afford, I avoid. I know that some benefits come naturally to men because, I'll be obviously clueless if I do not know that. But if women want to take back the power that they have, they should take it back the right way by going to the root of the problem, which is the culture.
This is Besty and Smoke Podcast.
Talking the BS.
The impact of patriarchy and submission and feminism
it's
on marriage. The theory of feminism is good for marriage. It creates equality, creates that sense of partnership.
Mutual respect.
But the one that's practiced, it destroys the home. Submission, I believe that a woman should let the man lead. Be the neck that turns the head. Allow your husband to assume, believe, play him into thinking that he is the head. While you as the woman, you be the neck that turns the head. Like I said, the head carries the eyes, the nostrils, the nose, the mouth, speaks for the body, sees for the body. But without the neck, you cannot see enough to speak. You cannot see enough to lead. So if the neck controls the head, the neck controls the entire body. So you be the neck that controls the head. Shikina, submission is solved for you. Patriarchy in a marriage. Men, here's my advice for you. Your wives are not your slaves.
Amen.
Your wives are human beings just like you. They deserve respect. They deserve to be appreciated. You guys can fight, but fight respectfully. Just like we always do here, we butt heads all the time. We've been going at it for the past how many minutes? Yeah, sometimes you are so angry. You want to go over the top. But when it all simmers down, we're all human beings who deserve respect. Women on patriarchy, don't just enjoy the good things of patriarchy only to pick and choose the ones you want to fight. It's a full package. It's either you destroy all of it or you keep all of it. That's it for me.
I have to say I agree with most of the things you said. And
I think you said it all. I said it earlier. There can't be two captains on a boat. One person needs to lead. And also, I do believe in couples dynamics. If they find what works for them, the issue now is with the third party. So if you're a third party, please drink water, mind your business. If it's working for them, just let it be. Anyways, if you know someone who this particular episode or topic might interest, do not forget to share with the person. Because come on, this might actually help someone open somebody's eyes, let them see clearer. So do invite your friends to like, do invite your friends to subscribe, do invite your friends to follow on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. Subscribe. Bestie and Smoke podcast.
That's right. And on that note, we'll see you again soon.
Ciao.
This is Besty and Smoke Podcast.
Talking the BS.